Hello everyone and welcome to the Oshkosh Capital Connection, a chance for our Oshkosh community to connect with our state lawmakers and connect that with how it affects our local community right here in Oshkosh, about some background, some projects, different goals that our lawmakers have. And we look forward to connecting the community with what's happening on the state level and how it's going to be affecting our local area. So I'm your host, Emily Springstroh, and today we like to welcome Senator Dan Feyen to the Oshkosh Media Studio. So welcome.
Well, thanks, Emily.
Yes.
Thanks for having me back again.
It's great to have you. We always have plenty to talk about, and you've always got an update for us on what you're working on, some of your goals for the upcoming quarter, and how it affects Oshkosh.
Sure.
So we're excited to get right into it. The state budget just passed. So
yes, it did.
Tell us a little bit about what the process was like this time around, and a little bit about what it goes through before it gets to the governor.
Well, the last 4 months have been very, very busy down in the Capitol. As you mentioned, the state budget, it's been, as I've told people on the street, it's the thing that's been sucking the air out of the room down in Madison. So we finally got it all done, but the process starts with the governor introduces a budget, and then the state legislature's Joint Finance Committee works on it, puts a budget together, and then they pass that, then it goes to the legislature. The Assembly took it up first this time. They passed it, sent it over to the state Senate. We passed it in the last week of June, and then it went to the governor's desk for a signature, a veto, or line item vetoes, whatever he chooses. He chose to do a couple line item vetoes, and it was signed into law, I do believe, on July 3rd. It's a good budget for the people of Wisconsin. It's a compromise budget. The governor started over here. The legislature started over here, and we came together somewhere right around here, which is a good compromise budget. So the process worked the way it should. It's a good budget for this area. It's a good budget for the state of Wisconsin. It invests in the areas that we really need to invest in. And it also really invests in areas of this area when it comes to corrections, when it comes to schools, nursing homes, things like that. So it's all good. And we also were able to cut taxes, personal income taxes, by $500 million. So everyone in the state's going to see a tax cut while we're still investing in other areas above and beyond where we were without raising your taxes, which is a great thing.
Great news. Always good to hear that. And it really seems like a marathon process, doesn't it, with the budget?
Very much
it goes through a lot of different groups and a lot of votes and everything. So do you feel overall pretty good about how the process went this year?
I feel very good about how the process went. Once the governor introduces budget, all the lawmakers go around the state having their own listening sessions. I went around my district. We had listening sessions. I did one in the city of Oshkosh with Representative Gordon Hintz. It was good to do. I'm a Republican. He's a Democrat, but we were able to come together and do a joint listening session, which was great for the city of Oshkosh, so people could come express their views, their opinions, and what they're passionate about. And we could also talk about what we're passionate about. So it was great to get that interaction, and we bring that feedback back to the Capitol, and we talk to our Joint Finance Committee members. And we come to then they go back and they put a budget together, which is the will of the people of Wisconsin and the will of the legislature. And the governor ended up signing it with some vetoes at the end of the day.
Fabulous. And I'm so glad you brought up the listening sessions too, because that's what this program's all about, is connecting. And Oshkosh did have some really great interaction with you and Representative Hintz as well, with the listening sessions and kind of just being able to get one-on-one, talk to you, ask questions, give input. So we were really happy to see that this year.
No, it's really good to get out. And Gordon Hintz is a good guy, and we get along well. We don't agree on politics, but we can come together and we can work with our constituents and get some good things done once in a while.
Definitely. So about the budget, you mentioned that there are some implications or some things that affect Oshkosh directly regarding collections and education. So kind of dive into that a little bit.
Well, let's start with education. In this budget, we added an additional $500 million into education, which brings our total spend to well over $12 billion in this budget, of which in the next biennium, which is 2 years, over the next 2 years, the increase for Oshkosh area schools is going to be little under $8.2 million. I think it's $8.192 million. So that's a big increase for their budget. It's going to help them. All the district administrators, superintendents that we were talking to said, if you can put more money into mental health programs and special ed, we'll be very happy. So we were happy to put an extra $100 million into special ed, which brings the state reimbursement rate up to 30%, which was Tony Evers' request when he was the DPI superintendent. So we were able to meet that need. And we also doubled the funding for mental health needs in our schools. Like I mentioned, that's two of the areas that our superintendents were asking for, and we've heard from them saying, thank you, this is a good budget for us.
Wonderful.
So.
And in addition to that?
Well, as you know, Oshkosh has a correctional institution. And in my district, I have 7 correctional institutions. So I have a lot of correctional employees. So I was finally happy to see us finally get something done on correctional officer pay. These correctional officers, they go to work every day. Their starting salary was $16.65 an hour, maybe a penny or two more or less, depending on who you hear it from. We were able to bring that new starting pay up to $19.04. So we have a shortage in corrections. Hopefully this will help with that. We were able to put money in for a pay progression scale once they're in there. Plus there's also pay increases in this budget for state employees each January 1st. So if you're in corrections, your wages are going to be going up. And if you're going into corrections, your wages will be a new wage, which will be at a much better level and more enticing to bring you into corrections. To all the correctional officers out there, thank you for what you do. Nobody sees you on the street and walks up to you and says thank you like they do to a police officer or someone in a military uniform. So thank you for what you do. Number one priority is still that you come home safe at the end of the day.
Exactly, definitely. Some great points. A lot of people are going to be benefiting from these changes.
One of the other good things is we put more money into road aids. So everyone always says you got to put more money into roads, and this budget does. It puts an additional over $400 million in the road funding. A lot of that is earmarked to go into municipal road aids, and so it gets down to the local level, an extra 10% increase in that. So that'll benefit the city of Oshkosh, Winnebago County, the towns all around this area. So it'll be a big benefit for the area.
All these things you've listed, were these common themes that you noticed when talking to the Oshkosh area as well when you were going through listening sessions?
It's a common theme that we heard is we need more money in our schools, so we did that. We need more money to fix roads, we did that. We also need more money into our hospitals and nursing homes. We also did that. Reimbursement rates for the Medicaid part of reimbursement rates for hospitals, we're increasing that by $60 million. We're increasing nursing home payments, reimbursement rates by up to $30 million. We've heard of a lot of nursing homes going through closures or cutbacks. This will help stem that tide, and this will get more money into the areas that are needed. And then we put I think it's $36.9 million into the people that go into your home, the home health care reimbursement. So the people that come into your homes take care of you so you can stay in your home longer rather than going to that nursing home. And that's an area where we really need to infuse some money. So we were happy to get $36.9 million into that.
Great. So. Well, it's great to hear some of these positive bullet points that you're running through with the budget and exactly how those are going to be affecting Oshkosh. If people want to hear a little bit more about the budget and kind of dive a little deeper and look at some of the more of the details, where can they go and who can they contact? Well,
one of the first things I'd really like to hit on, though, we did all of these investments, but we also lowered your taxes.
Right.
So the average family that's making $50,000 a year, family of 4, $50,000 a year, you're going to see an almost $200 decrease in your taxes overall, while we still invested in all these other areas. So it's going to be good for the whole state. It's going to be good for local taxpayers. It's a good budget overall. It's a great compromise budget. So if you want to learn more about the budget, you can reach out to my office. The phone number for my office is 608-266-5300. Just reach out to them if you got any specific questions about any areas of the budget. They can hook you up with the right people or get you the right information. So
makes it really
that's
easy
why we
for
have
you.
Staff, and it works out very well.
Yes, you don't have to do too much searching. Just got to call and they'll help you out, send you in the right direction. So now that the budget has passed, what are you looking forward to next here, Senator?
Well, there's a couple things that we're working on. One of the big things that I continue to focus on is workforce development. How do we get more people to come to the state? How do we fill the jobs that are available? This budget puts some more into workforce training and to help employers get access and find those employees at a time when unemployment's at record lows. I mean, right now in Winnebago County, I think we're at about 2.3, 2.4%. It's unheard of. So we need to figure out how to get more people in this area. Still a lot of help wanted signs out there. So that's a focus of my area. And we're also looking into a couple other areas, and we're going to be working on legislation moving forward that hopefully we can get done. Hopefully it's bipartisan legislation and we can keep the state moving in the right direction.
Definitely. So lots to look forward to. Always going to be busy even after the budget is done.
Always going to be busy. We're at a little bit, right after the budget, there's a little bit of a downtime, but there's always something going on.
You're always taking advantage of that downtime too.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, and this, once again, it's called the Oshkosh Capital Connection. I know you went through your phone number. Other ways that people can contact you.
They can reach out to us on Facebook at Senator Dan Feyen, also on Twitter under Senator Dan Feyen. We post a weekly update on Facebook, and we link, so it's linked up there. You can go to our website, go to wisconsinlegislature.com. You can get to our website. You can sign up for our e-update that comes out every Wednesday, and it's got lots of information on what's going on in the area, what your local senator, myself, is up to, and keeps you informed of all the things going on in Madison.
Very nice. Lots of ways to connect. Anything else you'd like to add before we close out for this episode of Oshkosh Capital Connection?
Well, summer is here, and there's a lot of stuff going on in summer. I just want you to get out and support all those good groups going on, church festivals, county fairs. Fond du Lac County Fair is coming up soon, Winnebago just after that, so EAA, all these good things. Get out and support your local community, and I hope to see you there because I'll be around.
Yes, we will see you out and about here in Oshkosh.
You
definitely.
betcha.
Great. Well, with that, I'd like to thank you, Senator Feyen, for stopping in today for Oshkosh Capital Connection.
Well, thanks for having me, Emily.
And thank you to our viewers for taking the time to get plugged in on some of the issues that are affecting Oshkosh directly right here on Capital Connection. So please check out Oshkosh Media on Facebook and on YouTube to watch and share the Oshkosh Capital Connection, as well as other government update and community videos. You can also catch us on Spectrum Cable Channel 10, AT&T UVerse Channel 99, Apple TV, Roku, or live on our website at oshkoshmedia.org. And then, of course, if you're a radio person, check us out on the radio, 101.9 Oshkosh FM. So, once again, thanks so much for joining us on Oshkosh Capital Connection, and we'll see you next time.